Hello everyone, we are back and here to react to RWBY Volume 6, Episode 3. Okay. Last episode was a definite...
I'd say it's a pretty good cliffhanger.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most, that's probably the first time in a long time I've been, upset that I had to wait a week for the next episode. I'm okay with most of the time.
Yeah, it wasn't a cliffhanger where it's like, oh no,
yeah. It wasn't
what's gonna happen? It was, no!
Yeah, it wasn't like a cliffhanger where it's like, yeah, it was literally like, no, I need more right now. I can't wait anymore. No, you can't leave me like that. Oof. So yeah, I don't want to wait anymore. I've been waiting forever for this. So let's just see what this episode, the fairy tale, the backstory, everything, Ozpin, all of that. We're going to get our answers. After years, we are going to get our answers. Hopefully, most of them. I don't think all of them, but most of them. So, without further ado, let's begin. I'm not ready.
Not am I.
20s.
Locked away by her cruel father, Salem was a girl who desired but one thing: freedom. She lived in a time when kings and their kingdoms were plentiful, when men and women were capable of greatness, and magic was a gift from the gods that all could wield.
Wow.
And yet there she sat within her tower. Until one day, a legendary hero came to brave the challenges within the tower's walls. The people of the lands knew him as Ozma.
Ozma?
Unlike those who had come before, this warrior was not driven by the prize of the young lady's hand. He fought only for righteousness, and his pure heart and courageous soul prevailed. They escaped the wretched fortress.
Huh.
And yet, something bound them together. Ozma had been ready to give his life for justice countless times, but now saw a woman worth saving it for. And Salem, to her surprise, found her freedom not in the outside world she had yearned for, but in the eyes of the man that had saved her. So, where shall we go now?
Wherever you'd like.
Oh,
The two fell
Oscars.
deeply in love, planned adventures around the world, and lived happily ever after.
Wait, what? Whoa!
That's what should have been.
Okay.
Ozma, the infallible hero of legend, fell ill. And where all of the beasts and blades of the world had fallen short, a single sickness prevailed.
You became one with the Force.
How could the gods let this happen? The gods, brothers of light and darkness, creation and destruction. Salem prayed they would see the injustice that had befallen her love and make things right. The domain of light was a sacred place. It was here the elder brother dwelled beside his fountain of life and creation.
Oh, wait.
It was here where mankind fought a war.
What did you do? What did you do? Holy.
Please bring him back to me.
I understand your pain, but you demand of me that which I cannot make so. Life and death are part of a delicate balance.
So, you won't do it then?
To disrupt the cycle of...
That's not fair. That's not fair!
Let him rest.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
No.
The Dark God.
None dared to enter his home, as men knew what monstrosities emerged from his blackened pools of annihilation. And so you must understand the Dark Lord's surprise when he found a lone woman kneeling before him.
Oh, why? Why, dude, why? Bro, chill. No! Stop that.
Salem understood it well. She told him of her loss, and professed that she knew only he could answer her prayers, all while careful to make no mention of his elder.
Rise, child, and let your faith in me be rewarded.
What?
Where am I?
Oh
What is
no.
this? Where am I?
It's okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Oh no.
What have you done? I have done what I please, brother. You may bask in the powers of creation, but you do not own them. This is not creation. Do not lecture me. I will do what I must to maintain order.
What? Whoa. So
What did you do? Bring him back!
the god of
You dare enter my
the Dark
domain
God
with such
created
disrespect.
and the Light God destroyed?
I am abiding by the rules we agreed upon. Rules that I now see work ever in your favor. And yet if some mortal comes to pray at my feet before your own, so do you arise to lay your judgment upon me.
What is happening?
I know we have our differences, but I have not come with the aim to control you. The same, however, cannot be said for her. This woman came to me only after I found her pleas. Pleas that would have disrupted the balance that you and I created together. Then it seems I owe you an apology. Allow me to correct my mistake.
You monsters!
I'm not gonna make the joke.
Give him back to me! Give him back!
When you first came to me, I did pity you. But it is clear now that your selfishness and arrogance have led you astray.
What did you do to me?
I have made you immortal.
Immortal?
You cannot die. You cannot be with your beloved.
Oh.
So long as this world turns, you shall walk its face. You must learn the importance of life and death. Only then may you rest.
Salem was a prisoner once again. Her fruitless attempts to reunite with Ozma eventually became nothing more than acts of spite and defiance against the gods. But perhaps the gods were not as powerful as they seemed. She had lied to them, turned them against one another, They were fallible. If she were to turn humanity against light and darkness, she could rid herself of their curse. Or at the very least, she could make them suffer. Salem traveled from one kingdom to another, telling tales of how she stole immortality from the gods, welcomed any swordsman to cut her down, and demonstrated her powers. With the kings and queens in awe, she pulled them deeper into her scheme. She painted them pictures of a time when they would no longer have to watch their loved ones wither and die, when they could claim the powers of their creators for themselves, and in turn perfect their own design. All they needed to do was destroy their old masters. The gods had hoped that Salem would learn from her eternal curse. And she did. She learned that the hearts of men are easily swayed.
Who has led you down this path?
Hello, boys.
My own gift to them, used against me. You thought there was no greater punishment we could bestow upon you?
I'll go back. I'll tell the rest of the world of this massacre. Build a new army.
You do not understand. There is no one left. You are all that remains of humanity. This planet was a beautiful experiment, but it is merely a remnant of what it once was.
Huh.
We will learn from this failure.
They
I
left.
hope that you will learn from yours.
No, you can't leave. You can't leave. Come back.
Still demanding things of your creators.
Holy.
Once again, Salem was alone. She cursed the gods. She cursed the universe.
Dust.
She cursed everything. Everything but herself. She wandered the face of the planet.
remnant of
awaiting a death
humanity.
that would never come.
Humanity that came
Until
before.
fate led her back to the land of darkness. This was it. This had to be it. The Brothers Grimm, the pools of black that continued to give rise to horrific nightmares. If the Fountain of Life granted her immortality, then surely the pools of Grimm would finally take it away. She was wrong. This force of pure destruction could not destroy a being of infinite life. Instead, it created a being of infinite life with a desire for pure destruction. And in time, she would find her adversary.
Osman.
Where am I? We are between realms. I'm afraid a tragedy has befallen your home at the hands of my brother. We have chosen to depart this world, but in our absence, I would like to offer you the chance to return to it.
I don't understand.
Mankind is no more, yet your world remains, and in time, your kind will grow to walk its face once again. However, without our presence, they will be but a fraction of what they once were. Creation, destruction, choice, and knowledge were the ideals upon which humanity was made. Now, I leave them behind with the hope that you may learn to remake yourselves. If brought together, these 4 relics will summon my brother and I back to your world.
Oh.
Will be judged. If your kind has learned to live in harmony with one another and set aside their differences, then we shall once again live among you. Humanity will be made whole again. But if your kind is unchanged, if you demand our blessings while still fighting amongst yourselves, then man will be found irredeemable, and your world will be wiped from existence. Until your task is complete, you will reincarnate, but in a manner that ensures you are never alone.
I'm sorry, but that world just isn't as dear to me without her. If I may, I'd rather return to the afterlife to see Salem.
You will not find her there.
You mean she isn't gone?
Salem lives, but the woman you hold dear in your memories is gone. Heed this warning. Where you seek comfort, you will only find pain. So, will you?
I'll do it.
Very well. Our creation rests within your hands.
Oh.
And so,
Dang.
Ozma was reborn.
First man.
Where am I? Thank you. Please, tell me your name. Who are you?
He didn't know.
Ozma had found himself in a world completely unfamiliar to him. Cities looked different. Creatures known as the Faunus bore fangs and claws and were locked away in cages. And without the blessing of the gods, no one could perform magic like mankind was once capable of. No one but himself and a woman known as the Witch. During his years of travel, he heard the same frightened whispers that spoke of a terrifying sorceress who commanded dark powers in the wilds among the beasts and monsters. Ozma was convinced that this witch was Salem, and decided he needed to see what she had become.
Oh, honey.
Call it magic or call it something stronger, but in that moment, the two knew exactly who it was that stood before them.
What do we do now?
Whatever we like. As Salem and Ozma recounted the events which had brought them back together, each withheld parts of their story. Salem, fearing Ozma would reject her, blamed the end of the world on the gods. Ozma, still unsure of where the truth lay, kept his task and the relics a secret. Though time passed and all seemed well, Ozma's conversation with the god of light still lingered in his mind. He had found happiness, but humanity seemed more divided than ever before.
Are you surprised? This world is quite literally godless. These humans have no one to guide them. Perhaps that's all they need.
What are you saying?
we could become the gods of this world. Our powers surpass all others. Our souls transcend death. We can mold these lands into whatever we want. What you want. Create the paradise that the old gods could not.
The hearts of men are easily swayed.
Ugh. Whoa. Yep. They became the gods. After the gods.
The two amassed a following. That following grew into a prosperous kingdom. And at the head of that kingdom blossomed a family.
What? They had kids? Wait, are these the four maidens? No. Is this the real story of the four maidens? I don't know. Wait. They all look like girls.
Are we sure this is right?
You said we needed to bring humanity together. In order to do that, we have to spread our word and destroy those who will deny it.
What are we doing?
Whoa.
This isn't what he asked of me.
What did you say?
Mother! Father! Look! It was a miracle.
I think you're right.
The children could perform magic.
Maybe
But
the
what should
maidens
have been a joyous occasion
are them.
was short-lived. Ozma told Salem everything. The true reason the God of Light had brought him back. The relics that lay scattered around the world. And the day of judgment he had been told to prepare for.
Don't you see? None of that matters anymore. Why spend our lives trying to redeem these humans when we can replace them with what they could never be?
Mommy?
Oh. Oh. Holy!
We finally have freedom.
He can't kill her. And he can't die. Neither can he.
Thus
Well, he
began
can't.
a long and painful cycle of death and rebirth for Ozma. Some lives were spent in mourning. Many were spent attempting to forget it all. But no matter what, his mind would eventually turn back to the task he had been burdened with. And as the centuries went on, Ozma began to learn the importance of living with the souls with which he had been paired. But no matter where or how he lived, her presence was always felt. If humanity were ever to stand a chance of being united, one thing was clear.
He had to destroy Salem.
Knowing he could never rid the world of her through any mortal means, Ozma sought out the power of the relics. Armed with my knowledge, he believed he could fulfill his promise to the God of Light.
Where are the other relics?
He asked me his questions,
What powers do they possess?
and though I gave him my answers,
How do I destroy Salem?
not all of them were to his liking. You can't.
I was expecting this to be some sort of tale of, like, trickery or betrayal from each other. But I was expecting, I was expecting Oz to not be evil, but I didn't think he'd be the tragic one. And Salem was the reason. Like, I wasn't expecting that either. I do like how this feels like an old Greek tale. Yeah. And like a tragedy. Like, I didn't want them to be lovers, but you know what? I like the way they did it this time. Like, oh my god. Oh my, wow. That gave me answers to who Salem is and who Oz is and everything, but... And the fact of why the gods are gone. The moon, where like, dust seems to have come from. Why Oz is so adamant to make humanity united. Because that's his goal. Dude, I can't leave until we unite. Please, please. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to know what happened to their kids, if their kids survived. Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I do think that their kids became the maidens. See, that's what I was... like, what I was saying is, like, maybe Oz, like, the old man, the old guy in the maiden tale, is an Ozpin that gave up, that kind of just went hermit for a while because he couldn't... He couldn't keep fighting for years. Mm-hmm. So, okay, we did see the relics, but the other one's a crown, one's the lamp, one's a sword, and one's a spear, yeah. And which one did he say was... I know the destruction's the sword. Did he say creation was the crown? I didn't... I was... You know. Yeah, well, whichever ones are which. So that's what they look like. So, the god of light, through Jin, answered the question that we've all wondered. How do we defeat Salem? You can't. Or he said, how do I defeat Salem? Yeah. That's the interesting thing. How do I defeat Salem? And it says, you can't. Or Oz can't. And that makes me wonder, what if the silver eyes... Now I'm thinking the silver eyes are the trump card. Are a way to actually fight against Salem. It's interesting, like, a lot of people, like, have made this theory that the silver eyes are, like, angelic powers because of the wings that come out of them. It's like, maybe they're I'm thinking it might have something to do with the relics when Ozpin got a hold of them. Maybe. What if in a past he created the silver-eyed warriors as a way to fight against fight against the Grimm and to fight against Salem. It's so funny. It's like so many people were ready to like hate Oz or something like that, and I think we all are now just like heartbroken. Yeah, this is just heartbreaking. It's also weird because I don't feel sympathy for Salem, but I also don't hate her. And like she has been unchanged throughout this. In a weird way, good and then bad. In a weird way, In a way, it's like I'm glad I don't feel any more sympathy for Salem than I already did before, because in a way, she did this to herself. Yeah. And it is kind of upsetting, like, you know, she was pushed to this situation even though she couldn't grow, but now it's like, and the gods did kind of, good lord, the gods have no chill. Like, God of Dark just snapped his finger. Thanos! He didn't even Thanos. He went full, like, destruction. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He Infinity Gauntleted the entire planet. It's like everyone says their most powerful magic spells, and you just like... What's kind of funny, okay, I'm kind of upset. We tried. There's one thing that kind of upsets me. The moon's just blown up because the god made an exit. I'm kind of wondering if when the god passed through it, that's what created the dust that came down. If that's residual energy from him. That makes sense. But still, it's kind of, I thought like there'd be more of a reason why the moon was broken. Not just the god was like, see ya, oops. The moon was in my way. He's looking in the rearview mirror. Ah, yeah, Salem's Christ. Oh my god! Like, okay,
it's a moon, man. Come on, it's not like it's a pebble or a
to him.
a pole.
So
it's
okay,
a moon.
Like I thought about this too. Remnant was an experiment for the gods, and the gods leave and go find a new planet to go mess around with. It's so weird to see all his lives, and all the
or most of them.
And okay, so wait, did humanity get? Okay, I'm curious because it's like Ozpin's first life happened after humanity was reborn at some point, because it looks like humanity already had.
And we have been shown that it can happen at pretty much any point in the person's life, because that guy was like 20 something.
He was probably like in his 20s, and maybe, and looks who knows when IT guy got it, the tech guy. And who knows when the French-looking or whatever, the fancy-looking guy,
bonjour.
Yeah, when he got it, and it's like, there is so much to digest here, and I love that reaction. Like, they had kids. What? Like, you had kids?
And then it was like, we had 4 daughters. Turns out they also, because of the combination of Salem's immortality and his regeneration, they, from birth, have the ability to pass on to other people in this spirit form.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Like, that's how, like, the maiden's passing, like, the girl still died, but the passing on happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's even... Gosh, the maidens are so much worse. It makes it so much sadder. This is getting worse.
They find their father, and they wait, like,
that's
one waits
their dad!
He's staying in the cabin, one waits outside in spring, one in summer.
That means
one
Ozpin
in
was
fall,
trying...
one in winter.
Gosh, that means, like, Amber and Cinder and Raven... Like, they're all technically they're partially his kids, if that's how the maiden story actually happened. I want to believe that's what the maiden story actually is now. Like,
they actually are his daughters.
They were his and Salem's kids. Oh my gosh. And
next episode, by the way, Mike, those daughters are not the maidens. He just straight up says it. Next episode's like, nope, I know what you're thinking, RWBY, but no.
Oscar even now is like realized his burden.
Yeah, his part in all this.
And again, it's like now I'm like, again, like everyone. Okay, I am partially curious to why Ozpin wanted to keep this secret.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because it doesn't see, because he's not. It's not his. It doesn't put him as. Like, it doesn't make us sympathize with Salem as much as,
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure it out, too. Like, maybe he wanted humanity and the people he's working with to do it out of trust and stuff, and to learn to work together as opposed to fighting against each other, and not doing it out of the sense that they know that the gods are watching. Kind of. It's on, like, Channel 2.
It's even weirder. 3. It's like, so Salem has become Salem has become the ruler of Grimm now, and which is interesting. Like I wonder how that happened. Like how she became.
I think it has to do with the fact that she has magic.
And
they are kind of.
It's so funny. It's like
God who gave magic.
We thought something like, does Salem want the maiden's powers? No, Salem is just God.
No, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's like, well, she can't get the maiden powers because she's too old. They're like. She doesn't need them. She got them.
So technically,
in droves.
So technically, Salem was at the beginning of this cycle of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I can't. Like the Dark God just everyone on Earth, God.
I like that. There's no
Ozpin, like, what was his name? Ozlimar or something like that?
Osmar?
Yeah, Ozlimar. Just is alive! Alive!
It's so bad for him. He's just like, it's like Doctor Strange. It's
yeah! You got Doctor Strange.
I'm here to make a bargain.
It's like Salem's like, hey, gods, I've come to bargain.
I've come to bargain.
We made you immortal. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. This is kind of all of our fault. That I mean, okay, here's another, that's weird though. It's like, we want... This is so weird. It's like, I guess it's like... The gods. How do I feel about the gods now? Like, the gods are...
They're literally just people with extreme amounts of power and curiosity.
Yeah, and it's like now...
Well, this experiment failed.
Yeah, and it's even like people even wonder, like, why did the gods punish Ozpin because he failed to stop Salem? Which is now not entirely true, but it's like, you failed to stop Salem. I had a family. I married Salem.
Marriage ruined everything. Oh.
I
had talked to her about the stuff I did with my good friend, the god of life, and she was not cool with that.
I am at a complete loss. Like, now I feel like, of course, I don't feel like Crow and Team RWBY isn't gonna hate Ozpin. I feel like, yeah, there's nobody, like, I don't feel like we hate Ozpin anymore. I don't feel like there's any of that, like, there's that fear of who, like, what bad thing did Ozpin do? Now, I'm sure, like, he still has done some bad things.
But how do we feel about Oscar?
Oh, Oscar. Like, we leave farm boy. Farm boy.
Poor kid. Just woke up one day, suddenly there was another mind in my head, and the next thing I know, he's telling me to go save the world, and then I'll probably die before it happens.
These two gods. Like, okay, here's the one thing I do kind of agree with Salem on. It's like, well,
forget them. They don't care.
The gods.
They don't care.
I mean,
you're an experiment. You're like the mouse in the cage.
The mouse trying to find the cheese, and when he realizes, I don't need the cheese. I can go live my own life. I can get out of this maze. I don't need the cheese in the maze.
Not your hamster in the wheel.
I do kind of get united humanity.
The wheel.
United humanity. That's a good thing. However, being ruled is kind of another kind of thing where it's like, what do you... I'm running in circles.
You think that'll be at the end where it's like, I think humanity is ready, and he holds up the relics and RWBY or them just go, nah, we don't need them. We can do this without them.
That would be.
And then the gods come back and like,
good job. Now it's even like, since we can't kill Salem so far, what do we do? Like, save her? Is that the goal now? Is that God, that's so weird. That is so weird. Like, Oscar and Salem.
What do you think that the last question is going to be asked for? They're not going to give us 2 questions in the thing and not give us the option of one more.
I think RWBY's going to ask this question. It's about maybe the Silver Eyes, or maybe about her mother, or something. Like, I know,
or something else very important that comes up.
It depends.
But now I don't know why Jean is like throwing Oscar. Wait, does Oscar make a move on RWBY and Jean is like totally uncool?
Gosh.
Oh, to be fair, Jean doesn't know any of this.
I know. Jean doesn't know. Jean, Rin, and Nora. Everyone else knows nothing. Like, what?
Oh, what is that? I can't wait for them to cut back, and Jin is just like, is she okay? The old lady.
Oh yeah, the old lady, like old grandma's.
I've seen worse.
Like, boy, did I really did not take I must have left my meds in the front car of the train.
I was like, did I take too many meds at once?
Are my robot eyes like working properly? Maybe my real eyes are better.
Okay.
Okay.
It's very unlikely.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm just so done right now. I need a break. God, I can't wait to get back on social media and just see the explosive wave of what everyone's feeling right now. So,
Maiden's origin confirmed.
We'll see. We'll see.
We will see. It would be cool if it Turned out that old man got back on his, like, old Ozpin got back on his way after his daughters came back and were like, get off tail and get out there and do something. Mom's wrecking the world.
The maidens are Salem. Salem is the mother of the maidens. Salem's a mother. Now this is so weird. All right. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this. Take care, and we'll see you there in the next episode. Bye-bye.
That was incredible.